how did it feel for you, Pete, to actually just make a collection of music
Mm.
that really cohesively was created in a way that in a non-defensive way? In other words, like, ah, man, I got to chop the sample up so I don't get caught out there. Like, how is it, like, what was it like just to be in that mind state of bringing the
It's
loop
free.
back, bringing the loop back?
Mm. Well, I exercised my ear a whole lot, just playing records. You know what I'm saying? Just playing them over and over and over again. And then just having that passion to wanting to make music, right? Because I was a fan of Marley Marl and Howie T and Teddy. And I wanted to always know who was the man behind the music. You know what I'm saying? Who was the guy making it happen? And so with that passion and ambition, you know, I think that drove me to kind of like, make the loop and the drums match the way I would want it. You know what I'm saying? And it worked out. You know what I'm saying? It worked out for me, and I just kept practicing that, and then boom, all of a sudden I got this. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it happened for me. And then everything that came to me was easy for me to do. You know,
So
it's
even
like
so even in your spare time, like by the time I got in the game, not even by the time I got in the game, but by the time I like got my first 1200 or whatever, it was already like, I mean, by the time I really felt like, okay, I'm making beats or whatever, it was like 98, 99. So it was, it was you, Dilla, Primo, like y'all were chopping shit. So my entry was the chopping game and
right.
really relying on the musicianship of the roots to sort of,
The chopping game,
fill in the
the,
blanks.
the chopping game came like mid hip hop, right? Because now we was playing with it so much, we were finding ways that sounded iller. When you did it
Right.
either backwards or just did it like a jigsaw puzzle, and you just played around with this. Oh, it just happened like that. And today with all the equipment they got now, it's easier and much faster. But like in the 1200 days, it was chops, right? It was chops, but we would take the best parts that we knew would match and just rock with those. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what is your preferred method of like building your own instruments or the method of letting loops play out? Like
That
what's your
that's that that's kind of what we was doing, but we was just doing it with the drum machine, man. I know how to play bass with the drum machine really good. I know how to mock records really good. That's come from my ear and exercising all the records I heard in my life, and learned how to mock that. You know what I'm saying? With the whether it was with the 12 or the MPC, I'm really good at that. And then, you know, but the guitar, I don't know how to play the bass guitar. I don't know how to play the guitar, but I definitely know. It's just like it comes like pluses for me, man. How the bass goes.
This is when I remind our audience to go back in the QLS classics and listen to the Pete Rock episode. Get to know it. Get to
It's
know
got
it.
it's
Real.
real.
don't remind me of shut him down, man. When Pete told the story of making Public Enemy shut him down, which the shortest version was he overslept, he was late to the studio, he just looked on the floor, and the four records that made that one remix, which that one
No,
remix
people don't believe it.
changed. No, but I absolutely, not only do I believe it, I've tested that theory, and once I did the research on other songs, like almost, I will say almost 60% of like the songs that have changed our lives or whatever, they were all afterthoughts. Like seriously, when you said that, I thought about you basically said you were late to the studio, you saw four records on the floor,
Yeah,
you picked it up, you just threw this in here. What do y'all think? And it changed people's lives. And what I realized, and Quincy Jones also makes this part of his thing. He has a thing called no paralysis through analysis. In other words, the more you overthink some shit, the more you get paralyzed and you don't come up with results because you're overthinking it. Whereas you just do it,
yeah,
and that's when you're in your natural state. And so
yeah.
suddenly, maybe like 3 weeks after that interview, I got to rap to Little Steven, guitarist of the E Street Band, and
Yep.
on The Sopranos, and he was telling me like he's obsessed with that theory. He's obsessed with songs that sold millions that were made in under 5 minutes, and literally he gave me a whole like glossary, like the Isley Brothers shout,
Head, right? That one. Yeah.
which like literally him. He literally he said the Isley Brothers had like 10 minutes left in the studio. They like spent the whole session on one song, and they were like, well, we got 10 minutes left, hey, let's do that church song. And then suddenly shout gets burned, or tequila was made in literally, I think they made tequila in like 2 minutes. Some of the biggest songs of our lives were just like, do whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like, so that theory works. I've been testing that a lot.
What I'm saying? And that's, I think I caught wind of it, my version, and then meeting James Brown when I was 7 years old. That probably did something to me right that night.
Tell me about that night.
Did he tell us that? I was like, dude.
No, tell us.
Me and my younger brother, my mom took us to a concert in New York, in Mount Vernon, a place called the Left Bank. And, Lynn Collins, I remember seeing her. I remember seeing Bobby Bird and the JBs. And, during the break of the show, my mom said, come with me. And she took us backstage to meet James. And he grabbed my hand and held it and said, God bless you. And I damn near pissed on myself, bro. My younger brother grabbed, and we were in disbelief.
Yeah.
I think that affected you for life, yo. That was like being anointed.
Look.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's being anointed.
That was the golden touch. But you know what? That's when you was just talking about that feeling, that natural stuff in the music, I couldn't help but think about James Brown, and that's and Fela and all that music is that. And still to this day, like one of the lines that people say the most on a song I did, I hadn't even written the line, and it's ticka-ta, ticka-ta, ticka-ticka-ta-ta. And I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? Like people say this to me, like I can rap the whole light, and they might not know some. They know some of the words.
You talking about the Ticka-da song? Ticka-da.
When I say that, when I put the mic out to the crowd, they say that. It's like, it just showed me that, man, that not overthinking it and just allowing it to come out is exactly what music should be.